So this is part 2 of focusing Azami. In the first part, what I did is I went through the deck and I identified anything that isn't really fitting the strategy, isn't protecting me, isn't helping me as much, isn't really pulling its own weight. So the things I identified are Vanilla Clique, because I'm not sure if I don't normally like giving my opponents cards, and I'm not sure if a 3/1 flyer is really going to be that impressive. Puppeteer, tapper and tap. I'm not really sure how this is going to, if it's going to be that effective, if it's more niche than anything else, so that is a potential cut. Lightning Greaves. I don't have that many creatures with tap abilities. I should be able to counter spells, so I don't need to give a single creature Shroud. It's a great card. It's a fantastic card. Some people are going to think I'm crazy for taking it out. I haven't decided for sure, but it's potential. Rate of replications is kind of win more. It would be fucking hilarious to write a replication, say Master Waves, when I've got a lot of Devotion Blue. Oh, it'd be fantastic. But it does cost 9 mana. So that's a potential cut. Selfly Constable. Problem is getting him through. He's only a 1/1. He has no evasion. I've got ways of giving him evasion, but I don't have that many ways of pumping up his power and toughness in order to make him more an impressive threat. So he's a potential cut. Kazmina, well, actually, these two kind of go together. Because Kazmina, once I drop the 2 wizards, I can bounce her back with the Mastermind. And the Mastermind can protect a lot of things. In fact, Mastermind might be better than Lightning Greaves, because if he's active, if somebody goes to target whatever the single thing that would have Shroud, say Azami, somebody goes to target her and said I can bounce her, of course then I have to pay 5. So that's a potential cut. And I'm not definitely making these cuts, but it's all potential. So she's a possibility. The reason I'm separating these is creatures and non-creatures. I do not want to drop creatures for non-creatures. I don't want to go below the number of creatures I have in the deck now. Riptide Director, she's fantastic. I love the art. Costs 4 though, but she is a 2/3. Draw a card for each wizard you control. That can be huge. That can be huge, but since I don't know if I need that mass suction of cards, because the idea of Azami is incrementally every turn I'm drawing 2 or 3 extra cards, because at the end of the opponent preceding me, at the end of his turn, I will tap whatever wizards I have to draw cards. So typically 3 to 4 reliably, if I have a patron wizard out, especially because I want to keep wizards open to counter things so they decide to do something at the end of a turn. So she's a possible cut. Opposition, tap and untap. If it said untap, if it's a tap and untap creature control, untap or untap, then that would be a lot more useful. As it is, I'm not really sure if I need this. I'm not, because I don't have the combo. I don't have Mind Over Matter in here. Mind Over Matter is discard a card, untap target artifact, creature, land. And the idea with Azami is you play Mind Over Matter, you tap the wizard, draw a card. Oh, it's not what I need for my combo. Throw it away, untap the wizard, and just keep until you get the combo piece you need. So opposition, I'm not really sure I'm in this. I may cast spells from my hand that's cost a lot to get out, but once it does, if I'm drawing a lot of cards, they'll be free. So those are the potential cuts. These are some of the potential inclusions to replace. So if I take a creature out, it's pretty easy. I take out a creature and I put in Adaptive Automaton. Makes my other wizards bigger, so it's good. Cryptic Gateway. Tap 2 and tap creatures you control. Drop a creature that shares a creature type into play. So I can use this at instant speed. It doesn't cost mana. It does cost opportunity, because if I'm tapping my wizards for Cryptic Gateway, I'm not tapping them to draw cards. I'm not tapping them for Patron Wizard. But it does help me get down my bigger creatures. Door of Destinies comes into play. Choose wizards. Whenever I play a wizard, it'll get a charge counter and make my wizards bigger. It dovetails nicely with Coat of Arms, Sage of Fables, and I do need ways of making things bigger. I also need more incremental life gain, and this will also recycle my counter spells back into my deck. So that's highly likely to go in. And Vanquisher's Banner, it gives my wizards an additional +1/+1. And whenever I cast, that's the important thing, draw a card. The reason this is not in here, as I explained previously, is 1, higher mana cost, 2, Azami, her whole thing is get her in play and start tapping my wizards to draw cards. So she's more reliable, and she kind of duplicates this effect. Yes, it would be really good, but I only have 99 slots. Only have 99 slots, so I have to figure out exactly what is the most important. So there's those. These are my potential cuts. If I don't put in the banner, I still have 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's put the banner here. So he will replace a creature. In fact, let's do that right now. Let's take out Puppeteer for the Adaptive Automaton. And like I said before, I don't really like doing this because he's not a wizard. He will become a wizard when he comes into play, but he's not a wizard. So when I cast a wizard spell, anything that triggers off casting a wizard spell, which I really don't have anything now, do I? It's all when they come into play. It won't take effect. I would never put him in Edgar Markov because he won't trigger the eminence, but Azami is different, so there's that. Adaptive Automaton went in, Puppeteer came out. And let's look at what else I have. I wonder how much of this I can get on camera. I'm going to need something to prop this up, aren't I? This is how I store my unused cards. So this binder is, and it's pretty thick, as you can see. This binder is blue, green, red, white. So let's see what I've got. First page, okay, she's a wizard, keep her in mind. Draw a card, only if an opponent has more cards than me, which ain't gonna happen. Unless things are really going wrong. Man, I can't get both pages on there. Let's see if I can scoot this over and do this. Shit, I really have to back up the camera. Man, there's no good way to do this. Anyway, so over here, I've got Apprentice Wizard. Blue, tap him, add 3 colorless. Don't really need it. Stasis. Yeah, Stasis might be good, but what if I... Is that going to work? There we go. So Stasis, problem is continuously paying for it, and do I need it? Is it going to hurt me more? Because I won't get an untap either. Alright, Teferi, Temporal Archmage. Look at the top 2 cards of the library, put them in the hand other than the bottom. He got 6 though, that's why he's not in here now. Untap up to 4 target permanents. That would be really good. So, can tap my mana rocks, tap lands, and tap wizards. Okay, let's think about him. Let's see, Fate Stitcher's already in there. Specimen Collector, not really that impressive. Nothing, maybe Ghostly Flicker. So Ghostly Flicker, I can flicker a couple things. But if they have a tap ability, say Urtai, that's another reason to keep the Lightning Greaves as Urtai and things like that. So I better keep that in there. Daring Apprentice. Let's see. True to Alarm. Whenever any creature comes willing, tap all creatures. So, True to Alarm with the wizards. So I can draw a lot more cards. I can do a lot more tap abilities. Is that going to hurt me though? What decks could that hurt me with? Because if I'm attacking, I want them to be tapped out. Okay, let's think about Intruder Alarm. And let's put Patron Wizard back in the binder. Or Puppeteer. Patron Wizard, hell no, fuck, he's staying. Puppeteer goes back in the binder. Nothing over here. Is that Heuristic Study? See, there are so many good cards. The problem is deciding on what is the best cards to meet the strategy that I'm going for. Lawana would be good, but she's not a wizard. Abishan would be good, but he's not a wizard. Taps all creatures without flying. Water Trap Weaver. When she comes into play, tap target creature opponent controls, doesn't tap during its action tap. No flash. Nothing there. Take another turn spell. I've got Time Stream Navigator, that's what I'm planning to use for that. This, when Vidalcan Plotter comes into play, exchange control of a land I control, land opponent controls. Archmage Ascension. If you drew 2 more cards, at the beginning of each end step, if you do 2 more cards, you may put a quest. So this will build up pretty quickly. And as long as she has 6 or more quest counters, instead of drawing, search and put, but it doesn't really do anything. It's a way of getting specific cards. Here's Mind Over Matter. That's what I was describing. So choose and discard a card. Tap or untap target artifact creature land. So throw away card. Tap wizard, draw a card. You don't like it, throw it away. Draw a card with the tap the wizard. If you draw another card, you don't like it, throw it away. Tap the wizard. Draw a card. You don't like it, throw it until you find your combo piece. Do you find exactly what you're looking for? Now with this, again, I can cycle through my library. And I can get eventually Elixir, so it won't really matter if I'm discarding because I have Elixir of Immortality and Time Spiral. Do I want to do that? It is Ostruzna. Alright, what else have we got? Ninja of the Deep Hours. He's not a wizard. Archivist. 4, 2 colorless, blue, tap to draw a card. Can't really even see him. I can't get enough of this on here. Wandering Prophets. Champion of Merfolk. He costs 6. He's a 4/4. Whenever he smashes a player, I may sack Merfolk. If I do, take an extra turn after this one. The thing is with him, he's not really that great unless I've got a lot of other things going for me. So, unless I have Masquid Nexus out and I've got elementals from Master Waves, and he has to deal combat damage to a player, so he costs 6. So let's not worry about him. What other good wizards and things are at? Spellstutter Sprite. So she only costs 2. She's a flyer. Counter target spell CMC XLS was that X is number of fairies you control. Unless I have Masquid, there's a lot of things that are only good if I have Masquid Nexus in play. A lot of things. She would be one of them, but she'd be a flashy wizard, and just by herself, she will stop swords to plowshares. She will stop. What else do they play that only costs 1? There's really not a whole lot to worry about. And the only other 2 fairies natively in the deck are Sower of Temptation and Glendalendra Archmage. So unless I have Masquid Nexus out, she's only going to hit something for 1. But if I have Masquid Nexus out, she's basically a counterspell. Okay, let's think about her. What else have we got? Merfolk Sovereign. No. Baron. When he enters the battlefield, return another artifact or creature or planeswalker to owner's hand. Beginning of my instep, permanent is put in my hand from the battlefield this turn, draw a card. That could happen. That is a potential. He bounces something, and then I can bounce him. But it doesn't seem like he's quite there. Arcanus the Omnipotent. You can't see him. So Arcanus, he costs 6. Tap, draw 3 cards, 4, bounce him back to my hand for a 3/4. The reason he's not in there is he costs so much. He costs 6. He's just kind of duplicating her effect anyway. Kosi's Trickster, whenever an opponent shuffles his or her library, she can get a +1/+1 counter. I used to have her in there, but I took her out for Siren Stormtamer because the effect wasn't really triggering that often. Then I've got this Coastal Wizard. Coastal Wizard, it's signed, so you can't really read it. I'll read it to you. On your turn, before you attack, so during my pre-combat main, I may tap him to return him and another creature to their owner's hands. So I bounce him back, and I bounce something else back. And he costs 4. He's kind of expensive to cast. But he will bounce a creature back. So, there's so many fucking cards. Okay, Wake Thrasher is a soldier. Fool's Demise, stolen by the Fae. Makes fairies. What else have we got? These are my counter spells. Consecrated Sphinx is not a wizard. Keeper of the Nine Gales is a wizard, but I don't... Unless I have Masquid Nexus, I don't have any other fucking birds, so... Again, it's a card that is only good if I have Masquid Nexus in play. When he dies, draw 2 cards. Yeah, that's not that impressive. I like the art. I thought this is cool art for the Youthful Scholar. There we go. What else have I got? Jesus Christ. Nameless one. So, okay, here's a beater. Power and toughness to each guild number of wizards in play. So, if I've got, again, Masquid Nexus out, he's really big. If I don't have Masquid Nexus out, he's just big. But he's a beater. But he's got no trample. But if I have Archetype of Imagination, he has flying. So let's think about him. Let's think about him. Wizard Mentor. Return him and target creature I control to owner's hand. So, cool, but not that cool. Tolarian and Transfer. When he's blocked by any creature, gain control of the creature at the end of combat. With light. So, any creature gain control of it at the end of combat. Even if he dies. Maybe I should play a Transfer. Okay, that's an idea. What else have we got? Queen of Ice, Rage of Winter, sorcery, tap target creature. Whenever Queen of Ice deals combat damage to a creature, tap it. Yeah, she's only 2/3. Animating Fairy, Witching Well, Illusions of Grandeur, Delusions of Mediocrity, Fae of Witches. Choose a non-creature card you own. This would get me my Time Sorrow back, but it's not really worth the slot just for that. Let's see, what else have I got? Federal Grifter. Tap 2 and tap wizard you control. Tap target permanent. Costs 3. Let's see, Bribery. Search target opponent's library for... Yeah, maybe that's good for Astuzna. Because I'm building an asshole deck. And this is an asshole card. Alright. What else? Lord of Atlantis. Prodigal Sorcerer. Deals 1 damage. Not that impressive. Overtaker is a spell. Trinket Mage. I can go find one of my mana rocks. But then he doesn't do anything unless I bounce him and do it again. Okay, I've got my copy artifact here because I don't have it in the deck right now. Clever Impersonator. Copy of any non-land permanent. That might be useful. Let's see, Sakashima Student is a ninja. Treachery, gain control of enchanted creature, but I've got other ways to do that. Let's see, Stroke of Genius. Misformed Stalker. Becomes, and it's only a 1/1, but I can, for 4, I can make it a 3/3 flyer. Yay. Fucking great. Morphling, not a wizard. Urza. Urza is not a wizard. Urza is an artificier. So Urza will not go in the deck. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Disciple of the Ring. Exile an instant sorcery from graveyard. I don't have that many instants or sorceries. She's really cool looking though. What else? I'm running out of... I'm almost done with the blue. Archaeomancer. Enters battlefield, turn target instant sorcery. That probably could be good. Fate Spinner. No. Caliphate Beloved. Kiga. Kiga the Tidestar. So, Caliphate is a demigod that gives all my creatures enchantments ward 1 from spells. So, not that impressive. Alright, so that's what I've got to work with that I own. So let's see what I'm actually going to do. Again, I don't want to drop creatures for non-creatures. So let's see what creatures I pulled and see if I want to take them out. So, got the Entrancer. Attack with him, but it's commander. So what's going to happen? They're just going to say, oh, okay, it's only 1 point of damage. Okay, I'll take it. Unless I have coat of arms, unless he's bigger. So that's why he's not in here already, is because it's only 1 point of damage. And they choose what they block with, so they'll give me something shitty. So I'm probably not going to put him in. Nameless one. Big beater. So what should I take out for the big beater? Let's take out the clique. So take out the clique for the nameless one. Yeah, he doesn't fly. He doesn't have trample. I don't really have anything in here to give him trample. I should put a Loxodon and a Warhammer in this deck. So we'll see how he works. Maybe the lads here will let me play this again to test it out now that I'm changing it to put in more win conditions. This is still very useful. It saves things. So let's keep him in. Draw a card for each wizard you control. Or bounce things. For Spell Stutter Sprite. Flash, flying, counter target spell. Only good if I have Masquerade Nexus out. He's only good if I have ways to give him evasion. But last night I didn't want to play him because I didn't have any way to give him evasion. So let's try this. We'll put in Spell Stutter Sprite in lieu of Cephalid Constable. We keep the Director. I'll keep the Director in there. Okay, so let's go to the non-creature. So non-creature, what have I got? I've got Intrude Alarm. I've already decided I'm not going to put in Vanquisher's Banner. She's my commander, so we'll just put her there. Okay, I want more incremental life gain. Not sure if I want that. Need ways of making my creatures bigger. So then bribery and Mind Over Matter. Alright, let's see what I want to take out. Let's see if Azami will stand up there. Azami, stand up there. So let's start with Omniscience. I'll take out Omniscience. It costs a lot. It'd be really good in this deck if I got it out, but I'm not sure if I need it. So Mind Over Matter. Going to the dark side. Opposition. Tap and untap creature control, tap artifact creature land. So I really want that Elixir of Immortality. So that goes in for opposition. Let's take out the Right of Replication because it's just kind of a win more. And do I want that Intruder Alarm? If I put in the Intruder Alarm, so that stops creatures from, any creature comes on tap, so I can get some value out of that. Okay, let's try that. Alright. And identify the need for the Greaves, which is Daring Apprentice, Urtai Wizard Adept. Identified I can bounce her back. Bribery. Yeah, that'd be good, but let's keep that out. Door of Destinies. Need to think about this one more. So those are the changes to Azami. Those are the changes to Azami, and see if the lads let me play her again.